Welcome to the Coffee Klatch, a mini-series from Elevate. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Nickie. Think of this as your quick wellness coffee break, a chance for us to sip, chat, and unpack the best tips from our guest interviews.
You know that feeling when a podcast inspires you, but you're not quite sure where to start? Yeah, we've been there.
That's why we created Coffee Klatch. We ask each guest one simple step you can take today to elevate your wellness.
You can grab all the small but mighty steps in our Wellness Made Simple download shared to inboxes each week. Pick one a week or one a season.
You see, sustainable change happens one tiny step at a time.
So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into today's Coffee Klatch. All right, Nickie. So Christopher with College Planning shared with us one simple step. I'm going to read it.
Sure.
It's not about where you go to college. It's about what you do when you get there. And having the right plan makes all the difference. So that's what he is helping individuals, families navigate. But his one simple step is just talk with your child. Mm-hmm. What a refreshing wellness tip.
Yes.
Just talk with your child. They're unique, without judgment. Sit back and listen.
I think that's the key too, is parents who have gone through the college experience with their children. That really resonates with them, in that we need to talk with them, but we do need to listen to them without judgment, because oftentimes as parents, we feel like it's our obligation. We need to tell you how to do and guide you and direct you so much that we actually forget to talk. And that's communicating back and forth and listening. And I think it's very important for parents really in all stages of life, even as your children become adults, to talk and listen. But in the college planning stages, they're still very young, even though they think they're older adults, moving into school, and they still need the guidance, but they also need some sort of feeling of independence as well. So listening to them, allowing them to talk, asking them their whys. Why is it that you want to go to school? Why do you want to go to this particular institution? Why do you feel led to do this? I mean, those are all very important questions. And I know that's what Christopher does. It's the whys. There's so many whys. Why? We help students answer the why question. Why am I looking at these schools? What do I want from a major? Where do I want to go? When you start answering those questions, the process will be easier. And he helps parents and students in that journey, which I think is very much needed in our world today, because it can get so confusing as students are looking at where they want to take their next steps after high school.
Sure. I'm certainly not quite there yet. I feel as though it's going to happen faster than I plan.
It will.
Kids grow so incredibly fast and time flies. But I think too, there might be a little bit of a pendulum swing from parents feeling as though there was not enough direction maybe given to them, to where they are giving too much, perhaps, direction, input for their child. And there's like this healthy balance that we can come right back to the middle and just sit and have that conversation. And one of the things that I thought was really interesting too is that they take in consideration the individual's personality.
Yeah.
And how the school that they're looking at may support that person in their personal growth as well. Not just in academia, but in life as well.
And you have to celebrate a child's progress, their accomplishments, as they navigate through this, because it is a very stressful time for them. So you want to help them handle the stress, build their confidence and their perspectives on what they're trying to achieve. But if you're saying, well, you're not getting this, these grades aren't good enough, and you're not going to be able to go here, you're going to stress your kid out even more. So let's celebrate their victories now, the things that they're doing well, and build upon moving forward and how we can help them. And that's what Christopher does. And we talk about real life stories and how we appreciate them. This one was, I thought, very special, how he talked about a child who had lost a parent.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Applications, right?
Yes. Can't even imagine. I mean, I lost my father and I was only 18. I had just started college. So I can't imagine the impact that would have on a child, young adult, as they're trying to figure out their next steps to lose a parent in that early stage of their life and in the midst of preparing and trying to figure out where they're going to
Yeah.
college. But he said having someone to talk to without judgment kept him afloat and helped him find the right school. So Christopher not only helps with the logistics and the statistics and why this school is good for you, but it's that emotional, mental, caring support that he provides as well that makes the difference. And
Yeah.
that is part of the health and wellness journey for a child and for all of us. We need that support. We need to know that someone cares because we know how that stress can impact our life and our emotions if we don't feel that someone's there for us. So I
Yeah.
love the fact that he does that and that he helps these children through all kinds of situations as they're making these tough decisions.
Yeah. He put a lot of emphasis on that too, the individual support. He said that if they need someone to talk to at 10 o'clock at night, they're there.
Yeah. Absolutely. And writing of the powerful essay, helping the student write the essay.
Yes.
And she was trying to think, I'm not perfect. I just don't even know how to manage all of this. And the essay changed for her to talk about her imperfections. And it was a beautiful
Isn't that,
essay.
isn't that, I was going to say, isn't that beautiful?
It's so beautiful, leaning into being vulnerable, kind of exposing who you really are, makes you real and authentic. And I think college applications should include that. And I'm sure the colleges was like, wow, someone being really true to themselves and being so open. Wouldn't you want something like someone like that on your campus?
We can create so much tension and stress in the process of getting to where we're going that
Mm-hmm.
when we get there, the experience is lost. What we could have had is completely affected and clouded by showing up in such a way that isn't either true to ourselves or is just like very stressed version of ourselves, not knowing how to navigate things because the way in which we got there just wasn't a
Right.
healthy route. So he really provides a holistic journey to a young adult's, first big step out into the real world,
Yeah,
making decisions. I think it's important too. He said they celebrate the highs and the lows, the accomplishments. That's life. You're
it
not
is life.
you're not going to sail through life being at the top of your class or the top of everything. It's just an unhealthy expectation, and if that's the pace that you're going to strive your whole life and burn out.
Well, and I think also too, none of us is perfect. So you can't be
Mm,
perfect. And
no.
if you're trying to be perfect, you are doing yourself an injustice and you are going to make yourself stressed. You're going to make yourself sick. You're going to have worry. You're going to have be anxious. And I think that's what he was telling this particular student. Hey, just write about the things that you aren't perfect about because none of us is perfect and open your heart to that. And your journey will be a little easier if you'll lean into the things that you do well and then understand that you don't there are some things you don't do well, but that doesn't make you a whole thriving wonderful individual that has a bright future. It's just acknowledging it and figuring out how to use that in life and how to put it on paper for an essay that apparently served her very well in her college admissions process.
Yeah, yeah. One simple step. It's for the parents. The one simple step is for the parents. Sit down with your child. No phones, no distractions. Really talk with them. That's what he did with her.
Yeah,
Just listened.
yeah,
And from that, it developed. Well, there you go. There's your topic.
yeah.
And that's more than good enough. Celebrate small victories and focus on the positive. We can do that with our kids well before it's time for them to consider college. And with each
Absolutely.
other. We need to do that with every human being in our life is sit down, have real conversation, no distraction, no phone.
Mm-hmm.
That little rectangular box that we carry around in our hands and on our hip, we gotta toss that sucker out. But we
It's
can.
true.
But
But
we can.
you are exactly right. The information that Christopher shared with us about how he helped students students with their college admissions. They're really life lessons that we can all embrace for our children and for ourselves and for our family members and for our friends. Because when we're celebrating small victories, listening to one another, that helps us all in our journey with better health and really having better relationships. Because really, college admissions becomes relationships with the people that you're talking to and trying to get them to listen to you. You're trying to build relationships. That's so important. So why not do that now with all of the people around you? Use
Yes.
those
And then
tips.
moving forward, you want to build the healthiest relationships with the individuals and your peers in that next chapter of your life. So his
Absolutely.
one simple step really comes full circle, Nicki, where we all need to slow down, just take time to spend time with the individuals around you. Really listen to what they're saying, and just have genuine conversation.
Absolutely. He also has a nonprofit aspect of his business as well. If people want to hear more about that, they can go and listen or watch his episode, because that's also important to help those that often don't have the means, the financial means to get the kind of help that he provides. So Christopher's a great guy. He's doing some great work, and it was great to have him as a guest on the show. And I really appreciate what he brought to the table for us when we talked to him.
Yes, absolutely genuine human being.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
If you enjoyed this mini moment, leave us a 5-star review and share it with a friend who could use a little inspiration.
And be sure to subscribe to our newsletter to get our Wellness Made Simple download. All the best tips from the guests in one place.
You can also connect with us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. All the links are in the show notes.
We'll see you next time on the Coffee Klatch.